Have you ever noticed how some people can spend hours in comfortable silence with a friend, yet 15 seconds of weather chat with a colleague feels like nails on a chalkboard? There's something strange about the person who dreads the elevator small talk, who feels physical discomfort at "how was your weekend?" but who will gladly stay up until 3 a.m. discussing the nature of consciousness or what makes someone truly evil. On the surface, it looks like social awkwardness, maybe even arrogance. But what if I told you that your hatred of small talk isn't a flaw in your social wiring, it's actually a window into how your mind processes meaning itself? You walk into a networking event and immediately you feel it. That tightening in your chest, the forced smiles, the endless loop of what do you do in this weather, right? You're standing there nodding, responding on autopilot, but inside you're suffocating. It's not that you hate people, you don't. In fact, with the right person, you're the one who asks the questions, nobody else does. You're the friend who remembers that throwaway comment someone made 3 months ago about their childhood. You're capable of connection, deep, meaningful connection. So why does small talk feel like torture? Here's what most people miss. It's not about the content of the conversation. It's about what small talk represents to your psychological system. The psychology behind this runs deeper than simple preference. Research in cognitive psychology shows that people process information through different pathways. Some minds are optimized for breadth-quick scanning, social navigation, surface-level pattern recognition. Other minds are built for depth complex analysis, meaning-making, connecting disparate ideas into unified theories. If you hate small talk but crave deep conversation, your brain likely falls into the second category. You're what psychologists call a high-depth processor. And here's what's fascinating. When you engage in small talk, you're not just bored. You're actually experiencing a form of cognitive dissonance. Your brain is built to search for meaning, to dig beneath surfaces, to find the hidden architecture of things. Small talk actively prevents this. It's like asking a deep-sea submarine to navigate a kiddie pool. Technically possible, it's deeply uncomfortable. But the truth is, it goes beyond cognition. Here's where it gets complex. For many people who hate small talk, there's an authenticity issue at planned. It usually has roots in childhood. Think about it. If you grew up in an environment where your deeper thoughts were dismissed, where expressing vulnerability was met with silence or judgment, where the emotional reality beneath the surface was never acknowledged, you learned something crucial. Surface-level interaction is where truth goes to die. You learn that small talk is the language of avoidance, the social script people hide behind when they don't want to see you or be seen. And now, as an adult, when someone asks, "How are you?" and clearly expects "fine, thanks," your entire system rejects it, because you know what that exchange really means. Stay on the surface. Don't make me feel anything. Don't be real. It's not rudeness that makes you hate small talk. It's that you've experienced what happens when human connection stays shallow, and you refuse to participate in that anymore. But here's the thing most people don't understand about you. Deep conversation doesn't drain you the way small talk does. In fact, it energizes you. This seems backward to people who find deep conversation exhausting, but there's actual neuroscience behind this. When you engage in meaningful dialogue, when you're discussing ideas that matter, vulnerabilities that connect, questions that probe your brain, releases dopamine and oxytocin, you're getting neurochemical rewards for using your cognitive strengths. Small talk does the opposite. You're forcing your depth processing brain to operate at a surface level, which creates what psychologists call cognitive drag. You're working against your natural wiring. It's like forcing a long-distance runner to do wind sprints. They're capable of it, but it's not where their system shines. And this is where it gets interesting. The exhaustion you feel after small talk isn't just mental, it's existential. You're spending energy maintaining a version of yourself that isn't real, participating in an exchange that creates no meaning, and getting zero neurochemical reward for it.
Ow.
You're running on empty while pretending to be full. Here's what's really happening, though. People misread you constantly. They see someone who's quiet at parties and assume you're shy. They watch you avoid the office kitchen during lunch and think you're antisocial. They notice you don't participate in group chat banter and label you aloof or cold. But they do and see the 3-hour phone call you had last week with a friend discussing grief and growth. They do and witness the way you light up when someone asks you what you're really passionate about. Miss the fact that you not avoiding connection, you avoiding the performance of connection without its substance. The research on this is clear. People who prefer deep conversation aren't less social. They're differently social. Studies on conversation quality show that meaningful dialogue activates different brain regions than small talk specifically. Areas associated with empathy, theory of mind, and emotional processing. You're not broken. You're just speaking a different dialect of human connection. But the truth is, our culture isn't built for people like you. We live in a society that values quick rapport, efficient networking, and smooth social transitions. Small talk is the oil that keeps the social machine running. Signals approachability, normalcy, safety. It's how most people bond. And when you refuse to engage in a torque one, engage in it without visible discomfort, you become the problem. You're the one who can't just be normal. You're the one making things awkward. But maybe that's the real question we should be asking. Why have we built a social world where depth is treated as awkward and surface-level exchange is considered skilled communication? Here's what nobody tells you about being someone who hates small talk, but thinks deeply. Carry both a gift and a burden. The gift is obvious. You see things others miss. You ask questions that change people. You create conversations that people remember years later. You offer a kind of presence that makes people feel truly heard and, in a world of endless noise, that's revolutionary. But the burden is real too. You're often lonely in crowds. You struggle to form casual friendships that seem to come so easily to others. You watch people bond over nothing and wonder why you can't just do that. You carry the weight of always searching for meaning in a world that often seems content with meaninglessness. And maybe that's exactly why you matter. Because here's what I want you to understand. Your hatred of small talk is unto social deficiency. It's a value system. It's your psyche's way of protecting something precious. Your need for authentic connection in a world that often settles for its imitation. Yes, you'll need to learn to navigate surface-level interaction sometimes. Life requires it. But that doesn't mean you need to devalue what you bring to human connection. Your depth isn't a flaw. It's a feature. The people who matter will meet you there in that place beneath the surface where real conversation lives. And the ones who can't. They were never your people anyway. So the next time someone calls you intense or difficult or too deep, remember this. You're not too much. The conversation was just too little. And maybe that's not your problem to solve. Thank you for being here. Seriously. If you made it to the end of this video, you're probably one of those people who actually listens, who thinks deeply, who feels things others might miss. This channel exists for you, for people who've always felt slightly out of step with the world and want to understand why. Subscribe if you want more of these deep dives into the psychology behind who you are. And comment below. I want to know, do you hate small talk? What's your experience with this? Let's build something real here. I'll see you in the next one.